to think that like he went on to just change the face of music for like a solid like we're never gonna look at lo-fi hip hop the same way again because of Joji.
Oh no. Yeah.
It's so cool.
Joji, I love it.
He's such a G.
Yeah, I love Joji, man. Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
No, wrong way. I'ma fuck up my life. I'ma fuck up my life. We gon' party all night. She don't care if I die. Yeah, right. I'm overthinking my pride. Overthinking my something.
But she don't in my eyes. She's just feeling my ice. It's so good, dude. Yeah, you know that she ain't never give a single fuck about me.
I love Joji.
He's-
Every song I cover is Joji.
He's wonderful, man. I actually just caught up with the More Dom channel just recently. So that was cool. Yeah?
The Forbidden Channel.
Oh, the Forbidden channel. Well, I mean, it's not like the other one that will completely just go without saying, because it's
Yeah.
that's the memes. I like that all the big YouTubers really did kind of have their phase of being really into just like meme comedy.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Oh no, JustDomShow. Yeah. Not JustDomShow. That's me. I'm on about
Young Wolf King.
Young King.
Yo, that was
That
so.
was so fun.
I love it. I really appreciate that you changed the name to Rip Young Wolf King.
That was a lot. That's when I left the channel. Yeah.
I remember I was pretty bummed about it. I was like, well, you know, I understand. You got to pursue what you got to pursue, and it seems like that whole, I don't know, the whole Bethesda thing just took off, and that's awesome.
Yeah, well, that's you know, at the end of the day, that's what I'm passionate about. And you know, if you look around my bloody room, there's all that stuff like
Oh yeah.
scent and stuff like that, and just working. And I'm lucky enough that I've actually gotten to work with Bethesda on certain events and you know, other things like that. So I don't know. That was the only games I ever played was, you know, Fallout 3, and I replayed New Vegas 1,000 times, and I've started Oblivion 1,000 times, and then Skyrim came out, and then years later Fallout 4 came out, and yeah, I don't know. It was always something I was willing to. It was always something I was passionate about, and then with Young Wolf King, I was very influenced by JonTron.
Nice.
And I still love JonTron.
That's hilarious. Part of me can't stand JonTron, although I understand the appeal absolutely. It's just like
so funny, man.
once you start getting into the stuff where he's just taking digs at stuff, like it feels like the last couple uploads have just been Gwyneth Paltrow stuff, and it's funny, but it's like oh man.
That last video, dude, I was crying.
Nice.
I was crying with laughter. I can't believe it. Funny enough, he's married to someone who lives in the city across from us.
Oh.
So I could literally take a bus for like 20 minutes and be in that city where she's from.
That's cool.
And yeah, it's cool. Yeah, and I was like, wait, because I remember my friend sending me a picture of JonTron in that city.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, what the fuck? And like on that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm like 20 minutes away from JonTron. What the hell? Obviously, he probably wasn't there at that time, but she obviously has family there.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, click that someone that you've watched for that long and across the world is that close.
That's
and
so
I was
cool.
Like, whoa, Young Wolf King there.
Yeah, man.
The thing with Young Wolf King was I did a few videos years ago, and then I stopped uploading for like a year, I remember. And then I did the Animorphs video, which was like pretty much like dead on a year after I stopped. And by that point, a lot of the subscribers I had, which wasn't a lot anyway, had all fallen off. And so they were there for no reason. It was dead, kind of dead dead channel, basically.
Yeah, I see what you're
So
saying.
the videos I did after that, which were higher production with like Animorphs, and then I hired my friend to film the Are You Afraid of the Dark one, where we had like an actual set. We were in the woods. We had money for like background stuff and
Now, do you have a
props, stuff like that.
do you have a hard file of that? Do you still have that Are You Afraid of the Dark video somewhere? If you could, like,
Everything's
if someone in the UK or someone somewhere could, like, just rip that from YouTube and send it to me, please do, because I've still never seen it. It's blocked in the US because of the Are You Afraid of the Dark stuff.
Shit, yeah. Oh, I actually forgot about that.
Dude, YouTube's...
I can download it and send it to you. Dude, that is good, man.
Yeah?
It is good.
I believe it.
That's the last major video I ever did because it had like full production on it, and we were on a location.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the most like JonTron production style thing
That's so
that
cool.
I've ever done, because it was, as I said, I was on location for the entirety of the video. I'm sat in the woods commentating on Are You Afraid of the Dark in the woods. We had a TV that we smashed up on location. We had background decorations like cobwebs and stuff, and there's this weird like massive tree near my house, like, because there's woodlands down the road, which is weird because we live in a city.
Yeah.
But it's there. But in the middle of that location, there's a weird, like, really weird formed tree, and it's massive. So we filmed, like, and we even went under the roots of that tree to get some shots where I'm crawling through the thing to pick up the DVD. Yeah, that was the best.
So cool.
I'm glad that's what it ended on.
Yeah. That's really cool. I actually linked up with a YouTuber in my area who was very similar, although you could tell that he went straight after iDubbbz. Like, he wanted to be iDubbbz so hard. And and he's still uploading content. He actually just started rapping, and like on some stuff I think he's kind of funny, but he does that thing that iDubbbz used to do where he pushes a lot of buttons just for the sake of pushing them, so he tries to be as offensive as possible, and it just gets so old. Yeah. I worked with him on my PAX vlog. He's the guy in the spacesuit that, like, I bought gummy worms from. Yeah, he's awesome, dude. Captain Jansky, like, or Jansky or whatever on YouTube, if you guys want to go find him. But, like, he's just, that some of the stuff I'm like, dude, why do you go out of your way to make problematic content? And I guess it's that thing of, like, maybe no attention is bad attention, you know?
It's that old thing of, as I just was playing, you know, the Filthy Frank content, Filthy Frank, Joji, George Miller, whatever.
Yeah.
He kind of made that genre, but even he knows it's not viable anymore. You can't really post those type of things anymore. But then it's kind of left a gap in the market for people to try to
see how many buttons they can push. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's a very different platform nowadays.
It is.
And you can't really push those kind of buttons. But like, even the guy who was replacing, I'm not sure if you've seen, but there's a guy who's carried on the Filthy Frank channel.
Yeah, like Filthy Frank TV2.
Filthy Frank 2 guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even I noticed, because I liked it. He doesn't make out like that. Like, he has told people he's just continuing the story. He's not trying to be, George himself.
Yeah.
He's just being like, okay, it's creative because it's like,
it's interdimensional.
Like this, it's basically fan fiction but in video form. It's like,
yeah.
Not in the dirty way, but like, okay, this is the story, it ends, then you get creative and be like, well, actually, this is how it continued on.
Did you notice that there? Have you found the?
For some reason,
have you found the female Frank?
I looked on his channel the other day, and he's deleted a lot of videos.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh shit. Because he started doing, like, he did like the Yeah Right.
Yeah.
2, and they did like a ukulele version, like Filthy Frank would.
Yeah.
And I noticed that got deleted, and I was like, oh crap, really?
Huh.
And then I noticed I went onto the main channel, and like all of his videos apart from the first one where he like carries on the story of Filthy Frank, and then his latest video have all been deleted, and I was like, oh crap, really?
Part of me wonders if,
but that's weird.
I wonder if George is even supportive of it. Like, if George is just, like, not on board, and he's, like, maybe like DMing him like, seriously, I don't really like this video. You should take this down. Like, because I get that.
I don't think he cares, dude.
Probably not. He's got so much damn money.
People have commented on it. It got big enough, dude. Like he would have seen it.
Yeah.
Because the amount of people that would have sent it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think even like the Cold Ones guys even commented on it and was like, yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he really cares. Like that part of him's gone. Like. Yeah. And understandably so. Like.
Oh yeah.
He's massive, dude.
Well, I think also Filthy Frank hit in like such a specific way because of who he was as like an English speaking person that lived in Japan at the time, and how like just how much weird cultural stuff he had to deal with at that point, and so it just like it was this outlet for him to express that kind of cultural tension, and I think that's what really it was amazing.
He was very young. He was really young when he started that, and like real young. But obviously it's fun to look back on, but then he's not that guy anymore. But like, obviously there's essences of his personality within Joji, and obviously if it wasn't for Filthy Frank, he probably wouldn't have been as successful as he was now. Like, there's no way of him just starting as an artist without that background. He would not have taken off as in the same manner and had the same support.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's really good though. I'm loving what he's doing now. I'm glad that he kind of got away from the edgelord stuff. I hope that we move away from edgelord stuff in general, just because like I get it, and there's a place for the comedy. Like that comedy is gonna come back. That kind of comedy, the shocking comedy, it just has to figure out a way to be written. It has to be written in a way that now that the internet exists and we have to acknowledge that everybody can see what we're saying, we just have to figure out a way to write it to where everyone can laugh at it and nobody has to worry about. You know what I mean? But. I like it.
Yeah, man, for sure. I don't know why I feel like I'm like interviewed for Joji.
I mean, well, you're the closest thing to Joji I got, man. he's the Joji cover channel.
Oh, what's the other one? I can't remember his other song. Yeah, that's it. Do you know why you're lonely? No, that's not it. There you go. Do you know why you're lonely? Something like that anyway. It's Filthy Frank and all that rubbish.
Dude, I love it though.
But yeah, apart from that, but no, on to my stuff.
Yeah.
So Bethesda, man, it's just the way I've always been, and it kind of felt natural. Because when I started JustDomShow, I was like, right, well, my original idea was to transfer the Young Wolf King style into like a top 5, top 10 style videos, like I'm not sure if you know him, like Peanut Butter Gamer, and a few other people that do these kind of the kind of style like sketch comedy, but they break it down to top 10s, top 5s, it's still about gaming and stuff. And the first video I made was like, okay, what video do I want to make? And I was like, well, I want to make one on Fallout. Fallout's my favorite. Fallout 3 is my favorite game. Fallout's my favorite franchise and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll make one on Fallout. And then I made one on Oblivion with the same style of comedy. And then I was like, well...
That was the JustDomShow, like, comedy ones, or was that...
Yeah. There's, like, the first 2 videos are, like, that vision of the top 5... what is my...
One of them was, like, top 5 things in Skyrim that will freak you out or something, and it was hilarious.
No, it wasn't nothing like that. It was literally, like, Young Wolf King in top 5 form.
That's right.
So, I need to find it, because I still really like those videos, but again, they just never... It was the first videos I'd done, so... Oh, no, that's my latest. Look, I've got to go to... Oh, how do I go to...
I think part of it...
To oldest. Oh, sort by. There it is.
Yeah. I think part of it, too, is just, like, kind of accepting how many creators there are in the world now.
That's
like,
it.
There's just so many of us. So...
Yeah. It was top 5 Fallout 4 console mods.
Nice.
So I made a funny sketch thing about Fallout 4 console mods. Made a ton of references, and then the next one, which was pretty much that form actually, which was the comedy mixed in with top 5, which is where I felt like I'd done the most editing in my old style in this video, which was top 5 Dark Brotherhood quests in Oblivion. And I made a ton of jokes. I made it really entertaining. I love that one.
Was that the one about the dude with the huge penis?
Yeah, I uploaded it
It's so good.
And oh Christ, I haven't watched these in so long.
JustDomShow reacts to his original videos.
Yeah. All right, I won't watch the whole thing.
Just do it. Yeah, I'm down. Dude, your face during that.
Oh. Oh, right, that's enough. Stop violating the law.
It's so good.
Christ. Oh, just that 30-second intro was
amazing.
So edited. Christ. Yeah, that was fun. Oh man, I need to go back and watch those because that takes me back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I uploaded those, and they started to get some sort of early following or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I remember I did. Sorry, I'm not going to watch them, but
Yeah, no, feel free.
I just want to know because I've uploaded a lot since I've last.
Darn it, Dom! I'm in a hurry. I've got so many things to do today. So many places to go.
Cancel. No, sorry.
It's interesting though, because that's like the same reason, like that feeling that you just had watching that. That's actually pretty much the only reason that the Gummy Worm channel is still up, is because like I like going back and watching the things that I was doing a long time ago. So like I have so many videos up now. I just realized that I've uploaded over 1,000 videos to my channel.
Bruh,
yeah.
Really?
It's just like, and none of them are high quality content. Like I don't have a PC for editing, so it's literally just like this. I'm recording my phone with another phone so that I can put this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just little stuff of me just kind of making a video scrapbook. And the reason that I've realized it's so cool is like I was going back through a bunch of different channels that I found of people's old 1990s VHS tapes, and I was like, damn, it's so cool to just be able to look back at the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I have on my video, on my channel right now, I have two different videos of us going shopping during this pandemic. The first one was a month ago. We were the only ones that were wearing masks. Everyone was looking at us weird. Everyone was like, you guys are, you know what I mean? Like, they thought we were crazy.
Yeah.
And then there's a video of us shopping this month, and of course everyone's wearing masks, but people are still being way too close to each other. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, sorry. So,
My bad. I went on a tangent.
No, that's fine, man. I ain't all about me, man. It's fine. Oh yeah, so I made those 2 top 5 videos, and then around the time I started this channel, really, that cannot have been that long. Hang on, something doesn't add up.
It was 3 or 4 years ago, right?
April, yeah, and then the fuck. YouTube's fucked. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. So I made those 2 videos, and then soon after, it was coming up to Bethesda's 2017 conference.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a video on my expectations for, or something like that. It was something
I remember that.
The poster, the invite.
Mm-hmm.
The invites, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, and you were analyzing what all the worlds were and what you thought they meant about each game.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. So I made that, and then I was like, whoa, this video got a lot more views than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
So that's when the commentary side started coming into the channel, and me analysing and speculating things, and I was like, okay, this is taking off. I need to do more of this.
Yeah.
And that's where JustDomShow as it is now started.
Nice.
And then I started a Fallout 5 wishlist series.
And that blew up.
I think that game's never going to come out for a while. And then, interestingly enough, let me just say, because I can't believe this is right. So August of the same year, so 2017, I started making videos on Starfield.
Right.
Which is my biggest thing.
Yeah.
And remember, Starfield wasn't even a thing until wasn't officially announced by Bethesda by June 10th of 2018.
I remember, I think you had like 2 or 3 videos out already by the time that they announced it of just your speculation of what you thought it was going to be, right?
Oh, I was making tons on Starfield.
Yeah.
Absolutely tons. So there's one... Oh, yeah, it's a lot. And Starfield is still my biggest thing on my channel because I can see the rankings on YouTube, and I'm currently the top creator for Starfield.
Nice.
And I know, I'm proud of that, because ever since I heard about Starfield, I was like, right, I need to be, or I want to be the person people turn to for Starfield content.
Yep.
And I still am, and now it's like, oh Christ, I need to find some stuff.
I mean, the game.
Who's this guy? Who's that artist? What is he doing? Pull up his artwork.
Let's find him on Twitter and troll him until he gives us some info. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Luckily, they've been pretty cool about that.
and Starfield is still like a ways out, right? It's not out yet.
I'm legally not allowed to. I'm joking. I'm not. I don't work for Bethesda. I have had that comment before.
Yeah, I just mean
I've been so accurate on Starfield sometimes that I get messages from people like, you work for Bethesda.
Oh.
And then when they send me stuff, that looks even worse. They're like, you work for Bethesda, and I'm like, I don't work for Bethesda.
Yeah.
Like, I do not work for Bethesda.
I create labor that then they benefit from, and they sometimes give me things for, but
yeah. No, Starfield is likely coming next year.
Oh, nice.
If I'm putting money on it, Starfield's coming next year.
Cool. That'd be awesome.
The only reason why is because Bethesda at the moment as a company are focusing on their Softworks products. So Arcane Studios next released Deathloop, which has been shrouded in mystery for ages. So they haven't made a game since that studio, because they have 2 studios. That studio hasn't made a game since Dishonored 2.
Whoa.
So this is their next game, and that's coming out likely this year. They've just announced they're going to be at some events.
And does that have a title? And does it have a title yet? Or we just know that...
Yeah, Deathloop, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks really, really freaking cool. They announced a trailer last year, but that's all we've seen. But then the studio director of Arcane, Leon France, has... he announced about a month and a bit ago that they're really close to announcing it, and then Pete Hines, head of PR for Bethesda, announced that originally E3 was going to be when they were going to reveal Deathloop.
Oh, okay.
Talk about him, and obviously E3's been cancelled, but then Bethesda this week have been announced for 2 events happening in the summer, so they're probably going to announce it then, or reveal it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, Starfield would be, it's a BGS, it's Bethesda Game Studios' first IP in over 25 years.
It's amazing.
So
yeah,
it's crazy. That's what excites me more.
Just being able to see a whole new universe.
Yeah. Because obviously with a Fallout, with a Elder Scrolls game, in your head when it gets announced, you already, you know what you're getting into. You already know the lore. You know the all of the races. You know some of its history. You know
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
This is just a blank slate.
Diving into Starfield is going to be like, I know nothing.
Yeah, which is cool.
Even with Elder Scrolls, you can go in and be like, okay, I kind of know what build I want to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or with Fallout, you kind of like, oh, I like this weapon, I want to get this power armor, I know, blah blah blah. It's just location changes, and more story depth and different lore and stuff. But
yeah,
diving into Starfield will literally be like diving into your very first Bethesda game, like Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Like a Blizzard all those years ago, and you had no idea what you were getting into.
Yeah, that's one of the things that trips me out too, is if you look at the way that games are evolving, like with Elite Dangerous and with No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is only 9 gigs, and yet it's like these procedurally generated universes and stuff, so...
Yeah.
As that technology to, like, generate space games especially, like, progresses, I am super excited to see what the next big space game's going to be, because that's going to be awesome.
It will be Starfield.
That's so cool.
But when they announced it, Bethesda were like, we're uniquely positioned to pull this kind of game off.
Hell yeah.
And it's like, just that quote alone encaptures everything we love about Bethesda Game Studios' past games, like Skyrim, like Fallout 3, like all these other games that they've done.
We have the time and the expertise for this, yeah.
But then, as I've done on the channel, looking deeper onto this, it's Starfield is a game that has been thought about and has been conceived and concepted by Todd Howard since I want to say 95.
That's crazy.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bethesda made a very. You go back into Bethesda way ago. They tried to make a game called The 10th Planet, which is like a sci-fi game, and the trailer released in 1995.
Whoa.
And they've always said that the technology they never had the technology to create a game that they had in mind.
Yeah.
They had in mind for a sci-fi game. And going even further, well, not even going further back, but going back, Starfield has been a game that Todd Howard has wanted to make since before they acquired the Fallout license.
That's awesome.
So that was one of the lists, and Post-Apocalyptic was on that list before. Well, Post-Apocalyptic was a game that they wanted to make, but they already knew that Fallout existed.
Yeah.
So they were like, so when Todd Howard pitched this idea of a post-apocalyptic game, they were like, "You're talking about Fallout," and he was like, "Well, yeah, but Fallout isn't ours." And then someone was like, "Leave it with me." A year goes by. It was a year. I think it was like 8 months or a year that goes by, and on someone left a sticky note on Todd Howard's desk and said, "I got you, Fallout."
Nice.
And then that's how Fallout, because they had an idea of what they wanted for a post-apocalyptic game, and it was not easier to acquire, but that's what they wanted, and then that's what they got, kind of thing.
That's so dope.
But in that list of what does Bethesda Game Studios want to do after Morrowind was
this Starfield thing.
Starfield.
Yeah, so cool.
And they wanted a sci-fi game that was on the list. It was post-apocalyptic and sci-fi, and now, but
cool.
they never had the technology to do what they wanted for a sci-fi game until now.
Hell yes.
So since then, and now PS5, Xbox Series X,
Yeah.
Now they can, and same with TED 6. They were like, we don't have the technology for TED 6. Todd Howard said that 3 or 4 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
They were like, we know what we want to do with Elder Scrolls 6, but we don't have the technology to pull off what we want. And now they do.
That's so cool.
Now they have the specs. Most next-gen consoles will have solid-state drives and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's so dope. This phone is about to die, so I'm going to kill the Twitch stream. This will probably end up on my YouTube channel just as like a cool record-keeping thing. No one will watch it, though, because it's Gummy Worm Jim.